Welcome back to the channel. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing mighty fine. Thank y'all for asking. Just a little bit here working. We got things straight. Just playing. Now, excuse me. You guys know what that burp came from. That burp came from the shoulder pop that's over there. But anyways, I want to show you guys the trunk. I don't remember if I showed you guys this, but I pretty much pulled that out. So I pulled this out and I found another puddle of water right there. So you guys remember the puddle of water that we found on the battery tray that was right there? Well, I found another puddle of water in the wheel well, or where the spare tire thing goes. So I removed all that, and you guys could see my vacuum motor. Shout out to Senor Batman for the vacuum, but it's disassembled because the last time I vacuumed the water out of the battery tray area, I made the mistake of vacuuming it with the filter on, which is that thing right there. Well, since I vacuumed it with the filter on, that filter got all wet and it never dried in. Long story short, it ruined it. So this time I took the filter out, I vacuumed the water, and when I vacuumed it, I already cleaned it, but when I vacuumed it, the water was like up to here. So it was quite a bit of water. But now, this is why that's like that. I just wanted to let you guys know. On another note, we got ourselves a case of brake cleaner. Shout out to a homie for that. He got me that whole box for cheap. As you guys could see, there's already a few cans out. And that's because I started on here. If you guys could see, there's not that much oil. This is a sway bar. You guys could remember how bad this was. So there's not that much oil on there left, but there's still a lot of it. So I got a sip of the shoulder pop. But today we just don't got shoulder pop. We got water pop too, cause this whole lockdown thing, let's just say I haven't been sticking to my diet or my water intake. So I gotta start drinking water again. I gotta start getting back on my diet. And anyways, so what I was saying, I started cleaning this. Oh yeah, if you guys haven't noticed, which I'm pretty sure you guys already did, the car is back on jack stands. So the last time you guys saw this car, it wasn't anymore on jack stands. It was on its four wheels, but the car is on jack stands again. And that's because I rolled the car out and I started hitting it with some of that brake cleaner. And although it did pretty good, as you guys could see, the base looking a lot better than what it was. It still didn't remove it all. So the plan for today is, I didn't want to do this yet, just because by doing this, it's gonna, how do I say it? It's gonna leave that car in, it's pretty much gonna, I'm not gonna be able to move the car is what I'm trying to say. So I didn't want to do this yet, but if I want to do things right and I want to clean things right, I gotta do it. So today we're dropping the subframe. The only thing that was keeping me from dropping the subframe was this, the steering column. And that's because, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but these bolts right here, whichever one, this one, the one back here, doesn't matter. But anyways, if you guys could see that style bolt, that's what you call a an external Torx bit, or an external Torx socket. And I don't have any, but shout out to the homie Uncle Monty, aka Angel. He lent me, he had some. He didn't even know he had these till I asked him last night, but he had some. So he put them in this sandwich bag and he left them before he went to work this morning on my mailbox or on my table outside. Once that is removed, we gotta go underneath again and remove, I believe there's 4 bolts to the control arm to each side. And then after that's done, Just remove these 3 on each side of the strut, and then the subframe should fall out, which is a little scary being that I'm alone again, but I'm gonna have to use the trusty old jack and see if that will hold it in place. God, Jesus, Lord. Gotta get that breaker bar. God, Jesus. Woo! Woo! Thing had me out of breath. But the shoulder pop gets me recovered. So, let me catch my wind here a little bit. Okay, anyways, all bolts should be out. I got the 2 in the back of the control arms, which were back there. I got the 2 that were right here. Same for this side. So all that's left is these top 6, 3 and 3. But I already removed the 3 on each end, but I put 2 back, so 4 bolts. So there's 1, there's 2, it's 3, there's 4. All bolts should be out, so the subframe should just drop down. So, oh Jesus there. I'm gonna leave some shit with this sway bar. Would it be a good idea if I put my tires on? That way I just roll this thing out? I think that's what we're gonna do because this thing is heavy. I know for BMW, you guys own one? I hate this no stud shit, man. I hate these stud bolts. This is when the boys are helpful, but I'm alone. Uh-oh. I'm in some serious trouble now. Because I don't know what's getting caught over there. What the hell? Okay, so apparently this damn strut was getting stuck on I don't know what. It looks a little bent, so I think that's what was holding it. I just ripped my glove, time for a new one. Subframe, wheels, rack and pinion, control arms, suspension is out. Right there. So, you guys saw me struggle a little bit. It's all good. I mean, when you're a one-man show, you gotta work with what you have, right? So, like I mentioned before, this is the first time me dropping a subframe. So, usually on my other builds, like when I shaved the bay on my SRT, I didn't drop the subframe. I just pulled out the motor and taped everything up. But for being my first time, I gotta say I didn't do too bad. I don't think I did. I mean, besides the end, you know, where I started struggling a little bit, but it would have been nice to have an extra pair of hands, and that wouldn't have happened, but it did. So long story short, and short story long, it's out. So that's a good thing. So I have the door up. I'm gonna pull this thing out, and I'm gonna start cleaning it. Bad idea having this on a downhill. Ooh, easy there, brother. I know removing these inner tie rods is you gotta be careful because they snap hard. But it's not even coming out. What the hell? I'm gonna try to remove it from here instead. I don't know if I have a wrench that big though. It's out. Ooh, I gassed. There it is. So, rack and pinion's out. Okay. Probably would have been a good idea to remove the wheels already, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so obviously some time has passed. So maybe I should have thought of this before dropping the subframe, but maybe one of you guys can learn from my mistakes. What I should have done is I should have taken all this apart while everything was intact to the car, and then dropped the remaining of it, because as you guys could see, trying to remove the calipers now, but they were kind of a pain in the ass to remove, because what is attached to now? What is this? Let me get some cutters. And I'll take my cutters back. Comment down below where that's from. If you're a true car guy, you'll know where that's from. But if you're not, hey, take a wild guess. I should have known. I should have disassembled everything while it was intact in the car. It would have been much easier, because obviously right now that it's off the car, I'm trying to remove the brake calipers, and obviously everything is twisting because nothing is grabbing to each other. So I should have done that, but I did what I did, and one caliper's out and the rack and pinion's out. I'm gonna finish getting that caliper out, and we'll see what we do from there. Ah! Jesus. Son of a biscuits, man. Now if you guys are wondering why I'm only wearing one glove, that's because my other glove tore and I'm out of gloves. So I need to go to the store and buy some ASAP. Because honestly, it's pretty badass working with gloves. I know some of you guys might call me a diva, but hey, when you're working with all this grimy rust and dirt and oil, trust me, a good pair of gloves go a long way. And why is this giving me a hard time, brother? So, that is it. It got dark on me, so I wasn't able to clean that. But I'll continue that tomorrow, because it's kind of late. I'm a little on the hungries. And man, I gotta clean this shop up. It's a mess up in here. Oh, a question for all you guys out there. What can I use for this, for me to be able to remove my jacks and still roll the car around without no front? I know there's a frame dolly out there from Eastwood, but it says it only holds 2,000 pounds, which I don't know how true that is. And I don't know how many pounds I have here. Obviously, I already took out a lot with the motor, transmission, the whole front, but I'm pretty sure I still got about 2,000 pounds with whatever's left. But if anybody out there has a better solution on how I can still move this car around, let me know. Drop a comment below or send me a DM on Instagram. I guess with that being said, that's it. That's another wrap. I'm a little bit tired. Tomorrow's another day. What, I leave my phone? I got my water pop here. That's a wrap for today for me and for y'all. Oh, one thing, guys. One thing. We're almost at 100 subscribers. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, but to us it is. So, if you guys are not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and spread the word. Help us grow. So, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.